Good morning. Good morning. It's November 3rd already, right? So cliche. But it really has felt like time has just flown by. This Monday morning, something's kind of been on my mind for a couple of days, and I wanted to bring it to you because if it's been on my mind, maybe it's been on your mind, and maybe I can offer you a bit of a different perspective today. Um, a while ago, probably a couple of years, 2 or 3 years ago, I heard this quote by Ed Milet, and it just really struck home. Might have even been 5 or 6 years ago now, and it's basically, I might misquote him, but the overall gist of it was, you build self confidence by keeping the promises that you make to yourself, right? Like make a promise to yourself and then keep it, right? Follow through. And when you don't do that, you keep making these promises. You keep saying, I'm going to do X, Y, or Z. And X, Y, or Z never really comes to fruition. You never really put time and effort into it, or not maybe the right time or effort needed, and you don't see the success that you really wanted. And over time, all of those non commitments add up to a lot of lack of self confidence. And I just thought, how incredible is that perspective, right? That it's not attached to, how much money you make, how big your business is, how much you weigh, how much weight you lost. Like, it doesn't, none of that actually matters in the scheme of things when it comes to your self confidence. Your self confidence really is built by making promises to yourself and then keeping those promises. And so I started thinking, what promises have I made that I've not been keeping? And boy, maybe that's a challenge. Maybe that's a task that you can do too, right? Write down all the promises that you've made yourself, even over the past 6 months, if you can remember all of them. Write them down. Take a look at what have you said you were going to do and what have you not done. It's kind of eye opening. And I think it lets you uh, gain insight into maybe some of the areas that you are not feeling really confident in, right? It might be business. Maybe your business isn't growing or isn't doing what you want it to do or what you hoped it would do. You get to look back and say, what did you say you were going to do? What actions did you say you were going to take? And then did you, right? If you took action, maybe they weren't the right actions to take. And so this gives you a really great opportunity for some self-reflection too, and to to collect the data and to say, I actually was wrong on what actions I needed to take. These then are the actions I can take going forward. Right. But I think it's eye opening to really look at what promises have you made yourself and what have you not kept. And, then you can start looking at why. Why did I not keep those? What excuses was I using? Because, listen, it always comes down to an excuse, right? And so I just thought, it's the beginning of a new month. We are real close to the end of the year. A lot of times, people start to slow down because maybe there's more activities happening, there are more events going on, life feels a little bit more chaotic. So maybe you kind of slow down in some of your other activities trying to, fit it all in. But maybe now is a really great time to make some promises to yourself for these next couple of months and build up some of your confidence throughout the rest of the year, right? This isn't, it's not time to coast. It's really time to take a look at what promises have you been making that you haven't kept and why, and then what promises do you want to make to yourself, what promises are you going to make to yourself to finish out the year strong. I think that, any person that is working on their mental health, these are really great actions to take as well, because self-confidence is a lot of times tied to, mental too, right? It's not physical, it's mental. And when we continue to not keep those promises to ourselves, it starts to affect us mentally, right? We start to have a lot of negative self-talk, a lot of things. We just start to see a lot of the negative things happening. Maybe gratitude practices kind of fall by the wayside, right? And so I think I just want to give this challenge to myself, but to you too, and to say, sit down, reflect on the past promises that you've made, why you didn't keep them, what promises are you going to make to yourself to close out the rest of the year, couple of months. It will go by pretty quick. And so now's a really great time to evaluate and say, how do I want the next couple of months to go? What promises am I going to make to myself? And remember, a promise, it's a non-negotiable, right? So you have to set that with yourself too. It's a non-negotiable. So it doesn't matter what else is happening. You stick with it. So my friend, I hope you have a fabulous Monday. And I hope that you take this challenge, and I hope that you post in the comments and let me know, what promises are you making to yourself? What are you going to keep? What's going to happen? What are you going to do for the next couple of months to finish out the year? So post in the comments. Let me know. I hope you have a beautiful week, and I will see you again next Monday. All right. Bye for now.